this. I think he's down. If you look at it,
Pratt pulls it away from him, but is he down right there?
On the barrel, but those things happen at Yankee Stadium, and know that. He's thrown more strikes than he's been given credit for in this inning.
FuzzJockRadio.
Yes. Oh, yes, everyone, we are back. We are back. I'm not going to make any jokes about dying in the past because we did not die. Well, that cut out really fast. Whoa.
Everyone wanted to hear what you had to say.
Yeah, because
We're listening.
we're not making jokes. We're here.
Mm-hmm.
We're live. We're in your basement or in your living room or in your kitchen or your computer room.
It'd be nice if you let us
or
out.
car or bedroom. We're not doing anything weird. We're just doing podcasts, as you know. So,
We're not weird. You're the weird
oh
one.
my goodness, guys, let me slow down here a little bit. I drank too much energy before we started.
Okay.
Dudes, women's,
We are.
peoples, aliens, dogs, cats. Oh, Raekwon's hanging out with us, by the way.
Yeah.
I think that's really neat.
Ladies and gentle thems.
Yeah.
People of this world, and if you're not of this world and you're listening to us, congratulations for finding us.
Help us.
We are FuzzJockRadio. My name is Fuzzy. There's a dude in this room named
J-Mez. That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
Dude, I know who I am.
And then there's a person all the way out in California named
C-Dubs.
See.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Oh, I was gonna play
yeah,
that applause again. Oh, I got this thing. Breaking news: we are in season 5.
Here we are.
And as you can see, things are pretty much the same as they were since the other seasons. Like, as in, not really prepared. And the things are going to be the way it is.
that's all just part of the script, though, just to say that we're not prepared.
Yes, yeah, because we are prepared and we have scripts and we have notes. I got the big whiteboard back from season 1. Where is that actually?
What happened to the notebook?
Run.
I kind of forgot about that.
Oh.
Okay, so before we get ahead of ourselves and talk about the notebooks,
Let's get beside ourselves.
let's get. You are reading my mind tonight.
Yay!
Jeez. We are in season 5. This is FuzzJockRadio, Fuzz Talk Radio production. I am your host, Fuzzy. We have
I'm J-Mez.
and we have
C-Dubs.
and this is season 5, which means that we are in season 2. No, year. Year 2 of right?
Happy to the Earth
Season
Day.
5, year 2.
2 years.
We-
2
we-
full years entering year 3.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for 2 years as of today.
Yeah, did you know that? Did you know that?
I love it.
You do now. Who told you? So that's the thing.
Write it down. Put that as the note in your phone.
Right button.
Ah,
I'm gonna have to.
Oh, the humanity.
I'm gonna have to figure out sound effects for this season. I got a lot of work to do, guys.
I did a lot of work
Did you?
already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. What do you got over there?
I got fruit snacks.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Hmm
You gonna share?
This is my dad tax.
I don't know what that means, but
I do.
we'll get right into it.
Yep. Let's do it.
You know what it means?
Yeah.
Well, what does it mean?
Well, it's the tax that he gets for his. So he buys the fruit snacks for his kids, and then he gets some as a tax for being the dad.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Right.
and then the friend of the dad does not get any shared with him.
Well, it should be friend tax.
Host tax.
Whoops.
I'm a host of this.
Try some of these
podcast.
island fruits.
I'm glad you did not hand me the one that went next to her crotch. Thank you.
I didn't do anything like that.
Okay.
So there's this thing.
So let's.
I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Fruit Snack Fridays. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
and you get a bunch of fruit snacks.
It's not Friday though.
I know. But I had to supply some for my son's Fruit Snack Fridays for his class, because I have a student now, which is kind of cool. And also, I don't want to discuss the parts I don't like about it. But a lot of coolness and a lot of preparation. Yeah, I'm thankful that his mom has had a child student, in school. So. But this is my first time being a parent of a student, so.
It sounds like you had a good break.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, just
since the last season. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's hard to remember things when, parenting can just seem like a whirlwind at times.
How long have we been gone? About 2 months, 3 months, 6? About 6
Been-
months?
7 years.
2 months?
Mm-hmm.
So, like in the last 2 months, you've gained a kid going to school, and that sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, and stressful, but, a stress that you like to have.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It means
definitely.
it means your child's growing up, and he's going to start learning from other people, not just you.
Mm-hmm.
That's always good.
Yep.
That's always good. C-Dubs, how has your 2 months been? I was gonna add like other adverbs to that and pronouns and stuff, but I just am like
You like some adverbs? Dude, we got
I
adverbs.
didn't want to like make myself sound like I was really smart like I am.
Yeah, me too.
My break's been pretty good. I finally got my customized World
Oh,
Series
look at that,
ring.
J-Maz.
Yeah,
So
got my name on it. Hard to see in the camera because it's all shiny.
It's hard. It's hard for the listeners to see it as well because
Yeah,
they're listening.
no, they can see it, can't they? Can
dude,
you guys can see this, right?
So what
You can
C-Dubs,
hear how shiny this thing is, I swear.
what C-Dubs is holding up is a World Series ring for the Dodgers that they, because he was part.
played for the
I'm a
Dodgers.
World Series champion.
Yeah, they were part of the championships.
That's mine. Fuzzy, how's your break been?
What'd you do?
Damn it!
What'd you do?
I knew you were gonna ask
Yeah.
me this question.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, seriously.
Dude, you asked us this question.
Well, in previous podcasts or previous seasons and episodes, you guys, I think, always ask me that question before, before we start the show, because that's usually how we start the show. So that brings me to what we're gonna do for season 5. Season 5, we are going to break it up a little bit, make it a little bit different than season 4. Not a whole lot, but you will notice the differences. As in, we upgraded the studio, as you can tell. We've moved chairs around. We can actually see each other, and we're having a conversation. That's going to add to the quality of season 5 that you won't see in season 4 or 3.
No.
Something that we will not change is that we're not going to be sponsored. So you're like, I bet you're like, what are you talking about? Not being sponsored. Every podcast has to be sponsored for you to be a podcast, right? And I'd like to say no. We here at FuzzJockRadio is AKA or FuzzJockRadio. We don't like ads, and we don't want to put you guys through advertisements of products that you might not want. And James is putting up the X. You want to say something?
Yeah, no to
ads. No to
ads.
ads. Yeah. So we don't like ads, so we're not going to make you go through the ads.
Yeah.
And then you're probably sitting there like, how do you pay for the shit that you do? I'm going to tell you the truth.
It's free.
It's not that expensive to do a podcast.
It's the secret.
That's the secret. It's not that expensive. The equipment, yeah, sure. The initial setup, yeah, sure. Whatever. It's a little bit, if you want to have a good mics or whatever. It's a little bit. But I work. I work for a living, and I buy stuff with my money from my job. And this is so. What you call that is self-funded. We're a self-funded podcast.
Yeah.
And if you want to help with the costs, well, we have T-shirts available, and we just dropped a FuzzJockRadio Season 5 T-shirt on FuzzTalkShop.com. And that's the only advertisement you'll ever hear is advertisements that relate to Fuzz Talk Radio or FuzzJock Radio. Okay? So with that, this is going to be really loud. Hold it.
Are you ready for some football?
Since I knew that was going to be really loud, I should have probably turned it down.
No, I just braced myself.
It's better to brace yourself.
We just got done with Monday Night Football.
Oh, boy.
It went into overtime, so like usually so let me explain this. We do go live right at 10:30. However, if it's during the football season, we wait till the Monday Night Football game is done. So if there's overtime, we go right after the overtime's done, if that makes sense.
That's what we did.
And that's what we did tonight, because the Ravens versus the
Raiders.
brand new Las Vegas Raiders went into overtime, and was interesting.
It was a wacky overtime. It was.
Jam of weird stuff happening.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing after another that was ridiculous kept happening. It also, we should mention, we watched the Peyton Manning, Eli Manning coverage, so we weren't hearing the normal coverage of it, so that was really funny as well.
Yes.
But, I mean, they iced their own kicker. We had 2 fumbles. I mean,
Well, this is all
game that wasn't the end of the game.
Yeah, all this turnovers and weird stuff was happening even after like the Raiders thought they won the game.
Yeah.
And all the teams were hugging each other and being like, "Cool, good game, good game."
That was so funny.
And then I'm like, "Why are they saying the game's not over? The game's not over?" And then he explained it to me like, "Well, he might have been short." Even though it looked like he probably didn't. But...
Man, it totally was short.
And then it was. And then like everyone was done like, oh, we got to stop celebrating and come back. And then after that, well, I mean, that makes sense why the rest of the OT would be such a cluster is because, I mean, they had already almost were halfway back to the locker room
they already turned off their football brain. The game was done, and they turned off their what they needed to know for their plays, and it was just great to watch that happen while listening to Eli, Peyton, and Russell Wilson as commentators. Because they were just joking around about it, thinking it was so fucking funny, and then just like throwing up their hands, being like, "This is ridiculous! How did you guys all just fall apart?" And it was like watching episode of MS2K,
MST3K,
MS5K HD.
I can't say words. So yeah, it was interesting Monday Night Football. Definitely one of the better ones than in the past. And
just go watch like the last.
It was
the
funny to watch.
overtime.
And watch the Manning's version of it, because the Manning's version is great.
Yeah.
And they're going to do that next week. So,
yep, they're going to do it more. So we're going to listen to that more often.
Yep, that's going to be good.
Monday Night Football figured they needed something as entertaining as FuzzJock Radio on Monday nights, and they just didn't have that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yep.
They need to hire us. No, they don't.
They should.
I don't think I'd be able to say some of the things that I say.
I wouldn't sell out for that.
No, never.
Okay, so the football started, which means that the Vikings had a game, and they started this season with a losing record, just like the Vikings like to do.
Woo!
So
that's fine. They always do that. So cool.
That game went into overtime as well, and I have a note here that says, "Did the refs steal it from the Vikings?" And in the preview,
what?
In the intro, you heard. Do I have that still?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have.
It was maybe
right here.
No, over.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Just trying to narrate things that you there it is.
The best.
Oh, that's not it.
That was. That wasn't from the football game. Sorry.
I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is this.
Okay.
Got it? Here.
Yeah, this is it.
This is it, right?
Yeah, that one looks like it.
I think it's in the process. I think he's down. If you look at it,
Pratt pulls it away from him, but is he down right there?
So was he down right there? Which means that. So what happened was. Is this still recording? Well, I hope it is. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're still recording, right?
Yeah, and we're live.
And we're still live, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So.
All right.
So we're cool. That's why it's kind of nice to have producers, but we don't make money, so we don't have producers. So.
But we all got moms to verify that we are cool. So.
What we are trying to say is that we are cool, and our moms say that we are.
Mm-hmm.
No, who's our running back?
Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook had a possible fumble. The cameras absolutely show that he was down before the fumble, but the refs
on the ground.
The refs called it a fumble, and they watched the replay, and it all the announcers were commenting on how long the refs were underneath the hood, and they're just like, this is the longest replay take ever, and they're like, it's got to be good, and it ended up being they didn't overturn it, and it was a fumble, and
awful.
It was really weird.
Oh,
Did you hear that?
Oh,
There's a thunderstorm going on outside.
Yeah, that's
ooh, I like that.
That's neat.
Can you bring it over here?
Yeah. So yeah. So the Vikings ended up losing after not getting a good ref thing.
Yeah, but it's also their fault for starting off so bad too, with the 5 false starts and 3 holding penalties in the first 2 drives.
And that's the question. Did the refs steal it from them, or did they just play a shitty game that they should have lost anyway?
How about both?
Yeah, both.
Yeah.
Because they did not look good. Kurt kept on holding the ball too long. They got Zimmer on a quote saying that it was all Kirk's fault, which is not. It's not a good look for a coach to be blamed, even if it is. Even if it is your QB's fault, the coach shouldn't be saying that to the reporters.
Yeah, don't tell the reporters.
But
that's pretty funny.
As we all know, during the break, we found out that certain players don't want to get vaccinated and don't want to do the mask mandates and don't want to worry about COVID because they feel that they'll just die. They don't care if it's God's time to have me die. And certain coaches are like, "Fuck you." Get vaccinated, you fucking ass. And it's fucking great. So yeah, Kirk doesn't want to get, he doesn't believe in the vaccinations and stuff, and made it apparent. And then the NFL went into more of a stricter COVID restrictions and than they did last year. And they're saying that they're not going to be making up games. They're not going to, if you have players sick, we're not going to make an exception to the rules that are already established. You better make sure we're going to fine players that aren't doing protocol correctly, that are not vaccinated. And everybody, and our coach Zimmer was like, everybody better fucking vax up or do the right thing. And everybody and all the announcers are like, yeah, because Zimmer's a hard coach and he wants to win. He never wants to have any distractions from the football field. And then Zimmer came back and he's like, yeah, sure, I want my team to win and not get fines and shit, but this is more about public health.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to make sure that my family's safe, that my kids are safe, that my grandchildren are safe, that your grandchildren are safe, that your parents are safe. Went through a bunch of people. And he's like, this has nothing to do with football.
So maybe it probably is Kirk Cousins' fault.
It is.
It's all his fault.
We don't like.
And once again, he's putting up great stats. At the end of the game, he has a ton of great stats. And if you're a listener of FuzzJockRadio, you know that the three of us are like, well, he's a garbage quarterback anyway.
Garbage time.
You're going to get those great stats, but how many wins do you have?
Exactly.
Sometimes.
By
sheer
who
luck.
cares about stats more than wins?
Exactly. And then just remember, Sam Bradford set the record. I think it was broken later by Drew Brees, but he set the record for most highest completion percentage in a season, but we had a losing season, and he did it with checkdowns on the Vikings.
And that's
it's like, you can have a record, but you didn't do anything.
And that's what a lot of Kirk's throws to yesterday were a lot of checkdowns.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
What are checkdowns?
So in my mind, okay, so what I just came up with here, and I just want to remind everybody that, we speak what we speak and what's off our mind. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what you need to do, because I am not a doctor, but unlike Joe Rogan and all those other fucking pieces of shit, I'm not going to sit here and backpedal and say, well, I'm just playing a character. You should know better than that. What I'm going to say might piss some people off, but I don't care. Kirk Cousins is fucking selfish.
Very.
Not wanting to take the vax, in my mind, if you don't have no reason other than I don't want to take it because God's on my side, you're fucking selfish.
He's not protecting his new kids.
And it shows how selfish this motherfucker is by being a garbage quarterback. He's so selfish that he doesn't really care about wins, but if he has the stats to show that he was an awesome quarterback that everybody loves because he's God's friend and he has a great humor in the fucking locker room.
God's favorite quarterback.
Fucking selfish. And I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I hate saying I'm sorry, not sorry, but if you don't like that opinion, then that's fine. I don't really care. That's my opinion.
You know what I think? I don't like that.
Well, that's okay. I think Kurt's...
We got a shirt, by the way, if anyone wants that.
I do not like that, Mr. Cousins, if that is your real name.
Fucking selfish. That's what I
Very selfish.
So that's what we got. And then another thing that happened in the break was did you hear that there was a fake football team that got to be on ESPN, like a highlighted ESPN highlight?
Why?
Sure.
There was something that happened and
scam them. They got catfished.
Oh.
So ESPN got catfished by a fake football team, is what you're saying. It was called Bishop Sycamore High School, which stands for
BS High School.
BS High School.
Like bullshit.
So tell us a little bit about how this happened.
So Bishop Sycamore gained national attention after they played in the IMG Academy game on ESPN. And the story is going to keep spiraling out of control. So feel free to ask questions if you need to.
So it's a fake team, but they played a game?
Yes.
Okay. So there was like physical people.
Yes, there were real people
to be on a fake. Okay. Continue.
Representing a fake high school in which the only class they took was a religious class taught by the coach.
Nice.
But the weird part is, so they got in this because they couldn't find a high school to play against the other team. They just couldn't schedule one. So they found a different guy than their normal route to book it.
Okay, hold on. You're saying a lot of theys and them.
Yep.
So ESPN had a pretty awesome football team that they wanted to showcase, like a real high school football team that they wanted to showcase, and because of scheduling reasons, all the other high school teams that they could have picked from to play this caliber team all canceled or had things on their agenda that they couldn't play on this ESPN game. So then ESPN went and looked for a high school via some different route.
Yeah, and they just found this guy they knew who then found another guy he knew.
ESPN found a guy they knew. Sorry.
Joe Mamian.
ESPN went to Joe Mamian.
That sounds like a real person,
and then
right?
Joe Mamian went to...
Joe Mamian.
He went to 200 different schools, and only Bishop Sycamore responded to him. And he didn't know they weren't real because they have a fake website. So he didn't do any research. He just saw, okay, they have a website
So
and they have a
ESPN's
staff.
didn't do any didn't like they have a website. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, this looks
So
real.
he didn't do his research, handed them to ESPN, who then didn't do their research and booked them, offered them money and all this stuff. So then they booked the game.
Well, okay.
And it
Well,
happened.
who's this coach and who are the players?
We'll get into
And
that.
did
There's
they-
a lot. Before we even get to that, there's more that happened in this game.
Okay, what happened in the game? Okay, so then ESPN booked this fake
Yes.
football team without knowing that there was a fake football team to play against their stellar high school team
Right.
they wanted to showcase.
So the game starts, and the announcers kind of did a little bit of research and start being like, they said they have some 5-star recruits, but we can't really find anything that says these players are that. And they start musing on air that maybe things aren't what they seem, as the game started to spiral out of control and ended up being a 58-0 blowout.
Wow.
With the fake team winning.
No, the fake team losing.
Oh.
Because they could not
if-
do anything.
50. Okay.
Okay.
So they figure out during the live broadcast they've been had. Continue the broadcast and it ends, and they just kind of like, we're kind of whatever, and they just move on. Well, then people start, like, news organizations start looking into this coach, and as they look deeper into Coach Leroy Johnson, they find out that he's a fraud, like he's a scammer. He had fraudulently misrepresented how much he made, how many people worked for the school, that it was a real school. The website was completely fraudulent. He'd taken loans out in $100,000 and never paid them back.
Dude,
Things like that.
Wow.
this is a modern day Music Man reboot waiting to happen right here, dude.
Well, I'll get into that in just a second. So then the players got interviewed and they started exposing more of what this guy did. He booked them a hotel and they ran out on the bill the night before the game. He booked them a lavish dinner and they ran out on the bill on that. And he booked them a team building organization thing where they went paintballing and stiffed the paintball organization. Then, after they leave the hotel, a person's breaking into the coach's car where he forces 2 of the players to beat the shit out of the man.
Wow. What?
So, yeah.
And I'm
This is
sitting
all
here,
real.
and you're telling me that I'm sitting here worried about the $20 that my grandma gave me to mow her lawn and wondering if I have to pay taxes on it. And I'm worried. And I'm sitting here worried that the tax man's going to come after me if I don't pay taxes on this $20 bill that my grandma gave me. And this guy is doing all this shit and been getting away with it?
He's in trouble now.
He got on ESPN.
Yeah, he got on ESPN.
Yeah.
Wow.
The players also said that his playbooks came from Madden NFL, like from the game, not even a real playbook. He just had the playbook that's in the game.
Very sweet.
Genius.
Yeah.
Even one more point to this. You were saying that this is a modern Music Man ready to be remade. Kevin Hart is literally trying to make a docu-series or documentary about digging into how this happened. So there will be a movie or docu-series about how the hell this fell into how this went down.
Okay, so this is something that I don't know, and probably some of our audience doesn't know.
Yeah.
What is the thing that you're referring to? The modern day.
Oh, The Music Man is an old musical about a guy that comes to a town and scams them, saying, "Hey, I put together marching bands."
Oh, like the monorail episode in The Simpsons.
Literally,
Exactly.
the monorail episode is
Yeah.
literally the Music Man.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So what you need is like this guy being like, "I'm a coach. I will make your team the best team ever." And in this case, it would have to be like all the players were scammed into joining this guy's football team,
Yes.
and then he takes off, and they're left being
Money to be
humiliated.
Part of this school.
So
They
who-
paid money to be in his school.
So who are these players?
yeah.
Who are
Okay.
these people?
People who want to play football for a living and have been duped by him as well.
Yeah, this is
wait.
it's the music man.
Wait.
He's the football man.
There's a lot of people. Like a football team consists of at least 22 people, right?
Yeah.
It probably has somewhere around 50-something
Because
people.
there's 11 players on the offense and 11 players on defense.
So at the minimum.
So you have to have, and then they probably had assistant coaches and stuff? Or
Yeah, and special teams.
Okay, special teams. And then they have like assistant coaches and stuff?
Yes.
And then like staff?
Yes.
Like-
Well, they have some staff members, not a full staff, because if you go to their website, the staff section.
No,
is
no.
empty.
At this football game. What?
But yes, they did have some staff. Yes.
Do they have an address?
I think it had a fake address and a fake location. Like everything about it was fraudulent.
Like they had a water boy. And so like they had a water boy that wanted to be a water boy for their I should say actually water
an
person.
equipment manager.
Equipment manager, a water person.
Yes.
Can I say water person? Maybe it was
Yeah.
water
I'd say
person.
water
the
person.
waterman.
Did I say that if I say the wrong thing, I'll definitely apologize. You guys just need to let me know that I said the wrong thing.
We can say all the words too.
And I'll
Most of
apologize. Because I am not bigger than people's feelings and stuff. So he duped everybody. This guy's a
Yes.
genius. I don't know. I have so many questions, but I don't know how to ask. And
Dude, just go watch The Music Man.
Yeah,
like
it's pretty.
But like, was this their first game?
It was their only game.
It's the only game they could get.
So these kids didn't practice.
Well, they've practiced. They run a football school, but there's no schooling other than just playing football all the time against themselves. That's all they do, is they just run drills.
And this is high school, so these are like kids that he duped and their parents. So that's
Yep.
even more people, because
Yes.
kids usually have like one parent or two.
Yeah.
And so the parents are probably representing them, so they got duped as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, those.
But it still exists because they've got rid of the coach and they're still trying to save the high school. I'm doing air quotes right now.
Who's they?
The new head of it, what's his name? Let me find it here.
But how
quick.
can he be the new head of something if the something doesn't exist?
Well, because there's students there. They're like, hey, we're still here.
Let's create.
Exactly.
Let's actually create an organization. Let's actually do this.
Yeah, we gotta do something, I guess.
What if they end up being like the best team ever?
Well, not likely.
Well,
Andre Peterson, the guy who took it over, is actually trying to get them to get another chance so they can actually show they are a real program. But he has said they are not a high school. He has admitted that finally. It come out and said, we are not a high school. We're a program.
we need to move on.
Oh man.
Baseball is fun again in Minnesota.
It is time to move on.
Is it though?
Duffy trying to pitch around the leadoff walk
boy.
on 4 pitches to Rizzo. He'll look at the video and tell you, yeah, I hit the corner twice, but I walked him.
Setting up the next pitch.
Oh. And you can see Jeffers reacting.
Oh.
That's 3 pitches that have been in the box that haven't been called this inning. Borderline pitches, but we had them as strikes.
Breaking ball at the top of the zone.
I tell you what, Duffy gets through this. If he gets the 3rd out with no run scoring, let's remember this outing, because not only parts of 3
Yeah,
innings
let's remember this.
at Yankee Stadium,
Oh
but
boy.
he's had to deal with some,
Adversity.
well, yeah.
Challenges.
You know,
Umps
I mean,
that-
okay,
Umpires that
behind
call
Gallo, you gave up
fucking
a home run, even though he
balls,
didn't hit it
strikes, balls.
right on the
Oh.
barrel, but those things happen at Yankee Stadium, you know that. He's thrown more strikes than he's been given credit for in this inning.
Yeah, he did.
Breaking ball.
This is good. Listen.
And not called a strike, even though it was in our box. And
Yep.
Duffy says up. So a leadoff walk, now a 2-out walk, and Duffy will come out with Judge coming to the plate.
You can hear him.
There, but half the ball in our box, half of it out. And Duffy a little steam to Jeff Nelson.
You could hear him yelling. He was so angry. He was so angry because
He should be.
that ump kept on calling balls when they were strikes.
Well, and most of the time, what I've been seeing with like really wonky calls are like, you know, the way Romo would do those sliders, you know, or like the way these heavy rotation pitches were early in the season, where things look like balls that are getting called strikes,
Yeah.
and this is the opposite. Like, how
Yeah.
do you not?
Yeah.
Like, we were like, okay, it's a little wide, maybe from this angle, maybe because of the spin, it looked like a strike, but this is like, dude, this is
obvious.
in there.
This
It's
is
in there.
obvious strike.
And Yankees are like,
and-
well, we just want to win.
Yeah, the worst part of it is that they just wanted to win, and we were up 5-2, and they walked two players, and then Judge came up and hit a home run and tied it up, and then they won. And
Yep.
And
the ump's like, well, you guys can't put people on base, so we're going to put your players on base for you.
Bottom line,
way to go, umps.
we need to get, like we always keep saying every season, we need robot umps.
What would they sound like?
Oh, Jesus, I don't even have it lined up. You keep telling me. You kept on telling me to make sure to have it ready. Well, you know how much stuff's going on over here, Charles? A lot
I'll
of
do
stuff.
this. Finding that.
What?
They would still program him at Yankee Stadium to be like, oh, the Yankees.
They would have called him out.
I love
You
the
would've called him
Yankees.
out.
The Yankees are
So
infallible.
no. Bottom line though, we need a robot umps, or at least we need like that. This needs to change. We need to because there's been way too many balls that are called strikes and strikes that have been called balls throughout this entire season, even if glue grip or not.
Yep.
That's by the way has been going seamlessly. It seems like nobody even worries about that anymore.
Yeah,
But
I haven't heard nothing.
the other bottom line, because there's a couple bottom lines here with this story, is that the Twins they were going to beat the Yankees if the umps didn't take it away from them, which means that the Twins are doing great at the end of the season. Rocco also got his 200th win, which is awesome the other day.
Congratulations.
Perfect timing for the end of the season, so we can make the playoff run like Jameis has been telling us that they're going to do. Right? You've been telling us that they're going to the playoffs. They're really fucking awesome.
I mean,
So what's their magic number?
What's their magic number? Because the Dodgers' magic number is 4. Milwaukee's magic number is 5.
probably,
Nobody's clinched the playoff spot yet, so we can clinch it still.
I think it's like
the
22.
Giants- What? 22? I don't
As
think
in,
there's
like-
22 games left, dude.
well, like 2022.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You know, I've had to do a lot of soul searching and really get honest with myself. And, you know, guys, I don't think the Twins are going to make the playoffs.
What?
What? But
True.
but how will we
Because-
lose to the Yankees in the playoffs?
Because they don't want to.
Oh, because they don't want to. Because they don't have Nelson Cruz anymore.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we want him to do well and Barrios to do well. Blue Jays are awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've
but
been
but
doing
you
a good job.
know, Rocco's got a kid now, so like he, you know,
Rocco
the
did have a kid.
team is a big family, and they're all a tribe that want to raise this kid. Probably.
So, Nelson Cruz left since the break.
Oh, dude, yeah, we had trade deadline, and there's some sad people to see go, like Cruz and Jose Barrios.
I'm gonna miss him.
And it really seemed like on the offset that all we were getting were prospects, pitchers, and it's kind of true. But Joe Ryan, someone that we got in the Toronto trade, I believe. No, I don't remember. He came in one of those trades, but he's had some pretty good showings just here in the end of the season. Some good, strong scoreless starts here and there. Couple, not so great, but there's cool. Hey,
I'm
and,
just happy to see that the Yankees aren't doing that well.
Jorge Polanco has set a franchise record for most single season home runs for a switch hitter.
That's awesome.
When he's hit 30.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
30
great.
home runs for Polanco. That's good.
Very good.
Yeah, dude.
If they were a winning team, he'd be in the MVP chase.
That's what I'm saying, dude. This is a great team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this upcoming team, 22 team.
It's already a great. Like you said, they could if they wanted to, but
I like Jax.
there's more important things going on in the world.
Flash Gordon is
and the
is
Twins,
looking good.
The Twins know this, that there's more important things going on in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay, they choose to not go to the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of the playoffs, the wild card round starts Tuesday, October 5th. For the AL and the NL, Wednesday, October 6th.
That's coming up.
C-Dubs, you have any insight on the Dodgers?
I do.
They were looking good.
Recently,
Really good.
or I should say yesterday, one of my coworkers reached
This
a
is
milestone.
kind of mind blowing, man.
Oh, sorry, wrong one. Breaking news with C-Dubs and the Dodgers.
Getting mind blowing.
My coworker Max Scherzer threw his 3,000th strikeout on Sunday.
Wow.
And in doing so, he almost pitched a perfect game and also started the first inning off by throwing an immaculate inning.
The immaculate inning is
9 consecutive strikes for 3 consecutive strikeouts.
so everybody
Just 9 pitches.
3 strikeouts. Strike, 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 strike.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. That's how he started the game.
Strike.
So was it a no-hitter?
Almost.
It was almost a perfect game, and then he gave up 1 hit, no walks. He gave up 1 hit,
man.
and then he got taken out for the 9th. Someone else pitched, but shut down the game quick.
Yeah,
So only 1 hit was given up.
That's even better if you think about it.
Yeah.
Well,
So it was impressive. Congratulations to him.
Yeah. He's a cool guy too.
I like
so
him. Mad Max Scherzer.
Yeah.
somebody had a no-hitter because this is the reason why we have the stat.
There's been a lot of no hitters.
Well, this year,
right?
We have now tied 1990 with 9 no-hitters. I don't remember who got the no-hitter that day when we put down that note.
I believe yes. Now I don't remember who it was. It was a combined no-hitter. I do know that. I remember it was a combined.
So we're currently tied with 1999 with 9 no-hitters in a season. Before that was 1991 with 8 no-hitters. And before that, C-Dubs likes to say that it doesn't count, but I'm still going to say it. No-hitters in a single season was 12 thrown in 1884. And why does that not count?
So that was in the dead ball era and before they
Dead
changed
ball
the
era. And what does the dead ball era mean?
So the ball was made of different things, and also that was like before you couldn't hit a home run because the way the ball was constructed, basically, and how big fields were. So like the ball would die. I mean, there's more things to it than that, but it's basically like it's when the ball changed.
Yeah, they're just
And
throwing
they
like
changed the mound.
clumps of mud and like cow shit before that.
Okay, so like more rules and regulations were in place.
Right. So it's easier to throw the ball past people if you're throwing mud all over it and it's just flying by and you can't see it,
Yeah.
you know. And that's what they were doing back then.
FuzzJockRadio.
Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it! Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it! Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it!
FuzzJockRadio.
So the NBA starts October 19th. That's October 19th. NBA season starts. On to WNBA.
Yay!
They are starting to go into a playoff season. The WNBA is going into playoff season here. They have 3 more games. The Lynx.
We have
3 more games.
yes.
2 more games. We played on the 12th. We beat Indiana 90 to 80. And then we have 2 more games on September 17th and September 19th C-Dubs told me earlier that I didn't see it anywhere listed, but C-Dubs said that the Lynx have clinched the playoffs.
Yep.
Oh, is
right
that what
there.
that X means?
Yeah.
Yep.
We got
The
all
X
those-
means-
Oh,
Look at all those awesome X's.
look at all those X's. Okay.
Yeah,
So the Connecticut Suns, Las Vegas Aces, Minnesota Lynx. What's CX stand for? Seattle Storm, Phoenix Mercury, Chicago Sky, and Dallas Wings are all in the playoffs. Looks like the Minnesota Lynx is ending the season. Well, it depends on what they end up if they win the next 2 games. But they're in 3rd place at the moment.
Yeah.
They could get as high as 2nd. That's cool.
Yeah. Yep.
With how bad they started off, that's actually
Oh, yeah.
really good.
Remember that last season? We were not too.
It was a slow start, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but they made. I mean, they're 20 wins and 10 losses. That mean, like 7 of those happened when we were doing our last season.
True.
So that's really good for them. You know,
True.
they've gotten into their their stride.
In the last game, the Collier was played for 28 minutes, had 3 for 9 field goals, 8 for 14 for Powers, and 6 for 12 for McBride. Why did I not have their points? That's so weird. 2 for 3 3-pointers for Powers, and 2 for 4 3-pointers for McBride. They're looking good. I would definitely suggest checking them out. The Lynx are going into
2 more
playoffs.
games.
Yep. The next one's on CBS Sports Network, so it's actually on national television. Most people can tune into that.
Yeah.
Oh, and then ESPN 3 for the Washington game. So yeah, September
Just
17th
stream that
against
one.
Indiana at 6 p.m. on CBS.
Don't miss.
What is slashing?
Slashing is like that, you know?
Hockey, the National Hockey League today not today, but they announced their regular season. The 21-22 regular season will commence Tuesday, October 12th, with a doubleheader that includes the Tampa Bay Lightning and Pittsburgh Penguins at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then followed by the Seattle Kraken, who are brand new, versus the Vegas Golden Knights at the T-Mobile Arena.
When did they?
82 games per team will conclude Friday, April 29th, when 30 of the league's 32 teams take to the ice.
Do you think they like the name, the Kraken?
I like
They
it.
voted for it.
Yeah. You like it?
Yeah. Kind
It's
of.
not, because, Seattle's got like a seaport, and then Kraken's come from the sea.
Yeah, but then they destroy seaports.
True.
The fans actually voted for the name and the finalists. So there was a lot of goofy ones, but yeah, the Kraken was the final one. And our friend Eric, our local non-regular Dolphins fan, actually has season tickets for the Kraken.
Yeah. Nice.
So he'll have to give us a report on what it's like to go to their games.
Dude, I hope he does.
Well, I wonder what their chant's going to be. Crack in. Right? Is that going to be their chant?
Crack in, crack out. You know?
Crack in, crack out, crack in. No, that doesn't sound good.
I don't know. I bet Eric is like making one up right now.
He's probably making songs, so it'll be like a soccer game.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Singing songs the
cool.
whole
They have, the fans have total control of what they want them to sound like.
Yeah. I think Eric's might be in charge of that too.
I really hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope so.
I hope that
Yes.
everyone just expects him to like get on that.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Because he's
We all know what that sound means, or what this jingle is. It's time for the
Buzz question of the week.
So, yeah.
You got a question?
I got a question, guys.
Do
I
you?
got a question of the week for you.
all right. Do I get all week to think about my answer?
No.
No.
Oh no.
Oh, you got to answer it off the top of your head. The way this goes is that I ask a question, you guys answer it, and answer it truthfully. or not truthfully. It's up to you.
Yeah. With fervor or not.
With fervor or not. And the question is, James,
what do you want to know?
Have you or do you know how to ice skate?
Yeah.
C-dubs. Well, explain that first, and then no. Do you know?
Yeah, you explain.
Explain. Is that how it goes, C-dubs?
And we move on.
And then we move on.
I did it.
We don't discuss. We don't ask questions. You just explain. So, James, do you know how to ice skate?
Yeah.
Explain. So.
Well, I don't have any skates, so first I'd have to go purchase some skates.
Okay.
Yeah.
C-dubs.
I do know how to
I
ice
was not
skate.
going to ask you that. Same question. It's a different question.
Same question.
Oh, different
though.
question.
Do you know how to rollerblade?
I do.
And do you think rollerblading is the same as ice skating?
Well, I played roller hockey, so yes.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
We all know what that sound means.
Yeah.
What this
Going
jingle
on? Oh, geez. Okay, that did not work out
Yeah.
as well as I wanted it to. Next week, I promise I'll have a better question of the week, and I'll have better sound
What are you
effects.
kidding?
Okay. On to
Good one.
AEW.
Hey,
News
ding ding.
of the up and coming. Oh, I should have a ding ding ding.
Oh.
What is it? This.
Ready to rumble.
Oh yeah, ready to. Are you ready to rumble with AEW news?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, he doesn't need to talk. The news of an upcoming belt.
It goes without saying.
Yes.
There's a possible new belt coming. Well, actually, somebody tweeted a picture of a belt being made for AEW currently. Okay, so currently AEW has the men's heavyweight belt. Or no, it's not even called a heavyweight belt, is it? It's just a
AEW World Championship
AEW World Championship belt, the TNT
title,
the men's tag team title, and then the women's championship belt.
And that's it.
And that's it. So they're looking at adding another belt.
Is it a women's tag team?
That's what a lot of people hope.
Yeah. I hope so.
There's also here soon they are going to start moving some of their programming from TNT to TBS, so it could be a TBS belt of some sort.
Possibly.
And I'm hoping that since they have a men's TNT belt, that they would have a women's TBS belt.
I'd like that.
Tag team belt would make sense too, because the women's need a tag team belt. And then another possibility is they've been showcasing people doing triple tag teams, like six man tag teams lately, like trios. They've been doing that a lot more lately, it seems, and so it could possibly they could start up a trio tag team belt.
Just do a women's tag team belt.
I love it.
It makes sense. Yeah, that's what I want to.
It's clearly the one you're missing, right? Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Obviously.
Yeah, figure it out.
So what happens if they don't?
I don't know.
I mean,
it's like the audience is clamoring for it, right?
Yeah.
It can't be as bad of a reveal as the 24/7 belt was, because everyone thought that was going to be the hardcore championship, and when they brought it back and called it that, people fucking booed it. They booed that belt in WWE.
And what's the 24/7 belt?
It's the hardcore championship without being called the hardcore championship because it's more of a comedy belt. So, which the hardcore belt was a comedy belt before, but the difference is that it's not hardcore anymore.
That's funny. Okay, so the 24/7 belt is a belt that you have to
defend 24/7.
Yep. And they renamed it to
from the hardcore belt.
From the hardcore belt. Because that makes sense. It's that's hardcore. You have to defend it 24/7. At any time, somebody could jump you and,
So
WWE.
people were mad that they took away the name and changed it. It was really bad reveal because even Mick Foley was there and people were like, "How do you do this? Why are you doing this? What's happening?"
So since the break, so hopefully it's women's tag team or no, women's belt, tag team belt, because
It's what
if
everyone wants.
not, people are gonna boo.
Yeah.
Since the break, Bryan Danielson, since the break, AEW opened up the forbidden door to WWE
Yeah, in a big way.
By signing their wrestlers. Bryan Danielson came over, CM Punk came over, Adam Cole came over, Ruby Soho came over. There's a possibility of Kevin Owens coming over.
Hmm?
What do you think his name would be? Owen Hart?
Kevin Steen.
Oh yeah, that's right, Kevin Steen. People already even know it. People already know what his new name is going to be.
And that's his Ring of Honor name.
Oh, okay, bringing it back.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Bryan Danielson
Yep.
was that in Ring of Honor as well.
And then since the break, Christian became the Impact Champion by defeating the undefeatable Kenny Omega.
That happened.
That actually happened.
In him.
Wow.
He pinned him, and he pinned him clean. No, he didn't.
Well, not really.
No, not
he
really.
He did a kill switch with a chair, but he got him in the middle of the ring.
And you know,
He had some help too, right?
a little bit with the chair. With the chair.
Well, no,
With the
but
chair.
like there's other people too, right?
The Jungle Boy was there and
yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
but
yeah. But it makes sense because the Christian used to be the Impact Champion back in the day. So like his contract probably said that he wanted to be a champion, and they're like, yeah, you can totally have the Impact. And
hey, he likes that though.
that's the thing. It's honorable.
Yeah.
Is he going to wrestle versus Impact wrestlers now?
Yep, him and Austin Ace wrestle at the next Impact pay-per-view.
So that's awesome for Impact too, for him to have it, because he's
Yes.
he's a stellar wrestler still.
To be honest, I actually watched. I watched the Ring of Honor pay-per-view last night with us all because I thought Bryan Danielson might show up because he was interested in going in other promotions, and I know the AEW said they'd allow it. So I actually thought he might show up at that.
But did not.
He did not.
Kenny still retains the AEW championship though, against Christian. Christian fought him at All Out, and fucking Kenny
What a match.
kicked his ass.
He one wing angeled him off the top rope.
That was so dope.
Unbelievable. Didn't think someone could take that bump, and he fucking took it like a champ. It was great.
Yeah, and during this time, AEW beat Raw in the key demographics. So
Yeah. Which Jericho said just before it happened. He said in 4 to 6 weeks, we're going to start beating Raw in the key demo. And then 4 days later, they beat Raw in the key demo. And he was like, oh, did I say 4 to 6 weeks? I meant 4 to 6 days.
yeah,
So they're killing it right now.
yeah, they're doing a really, really good job, and
That's
makes me really
where-
happy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of the way, McMahon. You're done. You're done.
Fuzzy memory trivia time! This is the time that we all know and love. That was I don't like that intro. Next
Play
week,
it again.
J-Maz, next week, can you make a fuzzy memory trivia like intro for me? Because you're a musician. You're like the only musician in this whole spiel.
I haven't done music in a long time.
I know.
That was a long
Do
time ago.
power chords.
That was a long time ago.
Okay, so what we're getting into is close to the end of this episode. It is actually the end of the episode, and what we like to do at the end of the episode is do some sports trivia. I will mark down on the marker board who gets the answers correctly, and we'll see where we go from there. Okay? Does that sound good, guys? I ask you guys questions. You guys answer them. If you answer them correctly, you get points. That's how the game works. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, James?
Okay.
Okay. Do we want to do Rob? Do we want to do turn after turn or buzz in? It's up to you guys.
Buzz in.
Well, you guys both said something
We
different,
split.
so I will figure it out as we go. C-Dubs. What
Yes.
school did Saquon
On Barkley.
Yes. Play for prior to the drafted in I can't read questions. Okay, what's the name for a ball with James?
What's up?
Steve Nash was
Yeah?
traded to which team in 1998?
I'm in Seattle Mariners.
Can I steal?
It doesn't want to show me the answer. Really? What is going on here? Man, this is
Probably
like
the right answer.
This is like the first time we've ever done a podcast with trivia before.
This is probably the right answer if you think about it.
Pretty sure it's the wrong sport.
Nah.
Dallas Mavericks.
Whoa. No
Oh,
way.
yeah, sorry. I was going to let you steal that.
It's all good.
Okay. We'll act like we're starting over, okay?
Okay.
Hey, this is Fuzzy Memory Trivia, where I ask questions, you guys answer them. It's going to be a buzz-in, so if you know the answer, please buzz in.
Be a cool dude.
Who was inducted into the USA Gymnastics Hall of Fame in 2006?
Bing. It was
James.
Kurt Angle.
Incorrect. C-Dubs for the steal.
Simone Biles.
Pam Bielik.
Oh.
Who had a 1.74 ERA for Boston in 2000?
Buzz.
C-Dubs.
Rich Hill.
Incorrect. James for the steal.
Oh, it was in Bob.
Incorrect. Pedro Martinez.
That was it. Yeah.
Who became the Colts' new defensive coordinator before the 2012 season?
Buzz.
C-Dubs.
Chuck Pagano.
Incorrect. Jameis for the steal.
Kirchik.
Greg Bansky.
Yeah.
Oh.
What city did Lindsay Meeks ask Ben to go with her to in the film Fever Pitch?
Buzz.
C-Dubs.
Oklahoma, where the
Incorrect. Jameis for the steal.
No, that was in Indianapolis.
Incorrect. Paris.
I just go to Indianapolis instead. You ever been
And
there?
for the very last question, which footballer wrote an autobiography titled "A Goal in the Sky"?
Buzz.
C-Dubs.
Lionel Messi.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
Jameis for the steal.
Sean Penn.
Incorrect. Roberto Baggio. And that is Fuzzy Memory Trivia. We have 0-0.
Yeah.
It's really easy for me
sounds
to
about
remember that. Yep.
Sounds about right.
I don't even need to bring out the whiteboard yet. So,
Good thing you haven't found it.
so that brings us to the end of season 5, episode 1. I believe we're gonna keep on going to season episode 2 next week. If it's not, so just remember, it does go. We do go live at 10:30 a.m. No, 10:30 p.m. Or if the football game is still going on because of overtime, we'll go on right after the Monday Night Football game. This has been a fun time.
I've enjoyed coming back. This is
Okay,
really
yeah.
fun.
I hope so. I think I
We're happy
lost
to
myself
be
at
back
one
in our
point,
lives.
but I lost James. But
Oh, did he disconnect?
No.
do we have
kidding me?
do we have anything else that we want to talk about before we leave and tell our fans to have a good night?
have a peaceful.
I just want to say, I love you all, and I'm talking to the listeners right now. I love you all, and thank you for listening and making this really fun for us because we know and can see that you're listening, and we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yo, and I want to give a shout out to Raffy because Banana Phone is straight up banger.
That's good. That's good. So, C-Dubs, what do you got going on this next week before the week next episode?
I've got a lot of work to do because postseason's coming up, so my hours are going to tick up. But while I'm not working, I'm going to keep collecting my baseball cards and going through them because my collection is growing and looking very good.
Nice.
So that's what I'll be up to.
Jameis.
A lot of portion and fruit snacks nowadays, and sleeping when I can. You know,
Okay.
Get those school lunches going.
Totally get that.
Yeah.
Totally get that.
Portion out some pickles.
Okay. Well.
Wait.
What about you, Fuzz?
You ever do that?
No. I am. Honestly, I am not gonna do much. There's still a pandemic going on out there, and I'm fucking scared of it. The Delta variant has been on the rise, and a lot of kids have been catching it now because people have not been vaccinating themselves and have not been putting on masks. Once again, I am not a doctor, but please listen to your health officials and do what they fucking ask you to do, because they are looking out for you. We're not the enemy. The virus is.
FuzzJockRadio.
I think it's in the process. I think he's down. If you look at it,
Yeah. Pratt pulls it away from him, but is he down right there?
On the barrel, but those things happen at Yankee Stadium. You know that. He's thrown more strikes than he's been given credit for in this inning.
FuzzJockRadio.